What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to get into what kinds of services you should be offering in your social media marketing agency. I get this question all the time, so let's jump right into it. Guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about what kinds of services you should be offering in your social media marketing agency. I get this question all the time. Hey, what services should I be offering? What should I not be offering? What should I focus on? What service should I try to push, or what should I try to get them on, and stuff like that. So I made this video so that I can hopefully answer that question for you once and for all. And I do take a little bit of a different approach when it comes to the kinds of services I offer for my clients. So let's jump right into it. So first of all, obviously, guys, this is going to be what kinds of services you should be offering. Now, this is going to be what they won't tell you, in my opinion. So let's jump right into it. So first of all, we have to understand what can we offer, right? We have to know what kinds of services we can offer. We can't just go in blind and just try to wing it. I mean, you can, but you probably won't be too successful. So these are the main services we can offer. So first of all, we have social media management, right? This is basic posting, content creation, building a following, etc., etc. This is you're pretty much going to be managing a client's Facebook, Instagram, maybe LinkedIn, maybe Pinterest, possibly, but the primary platforms you're probably going to be managing are going to be Facebook and Instagram. So if you offer this kind of service, obviously you're just managing their social media. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You have to come up with content, you got to post and do all this other stuff to help them grow their following. The next service that we can offer is paid advertising. Now here's where it gets a little fun, because you can actually start to drive some revenue into a business, and that's where they really start to love you. So one of the common misconceptions, however, is when it comes to paid advertising, a lot of people are kind of under the impression that it's just Facebook ads, and that's it. That's all that you can offer, and it's just Facebook ads. That's it. The reality is there's not just Facebook ads. Obviously there's Instagram ads, but there's also pay-per-click advertising that I don't see too many people talking about when it comes to social media marketing, because Google pay-per-click, Yahoo, Bing, etc. are huge platforms and huge search engines with millions upon millions of people searching probably daily, honestly. And depending on the business, there's a lot of businesses that can actually benefit significantly more from Google or Yahoo or Bing pay-per-click as opposed to Facebook advertising. And I'll get into why as well. The next service that you can offer is reputation management. Now, basically, it's pretty straightforward. Reputation management is managing the reviews for a business. You can think of like Google reviews, Facebook reviews, stuff like that. Just kind of staying on top of it, making sure they don't have anything too crazy going on. Some insane review that it's just going to screw up their business. The next service is web design. Now, this is, again, pretty straightforward. You're building websites, but I don't see a lot of people talking about this as a potential service that you can offer when it comes to social media marketing. What I see is typically it's just, oh, you can either post, you can do Facebook ads. That's what I see the most, and from my experience. Web design is a huge potential market, especially if you can build some rapport with a business owner, and if they either have a shitty looking website and they know that it looks shitty, then if you build enough rapport, you could be the person that they go to revamp it. Or if they don't have a website, even better. The next service is SEO. Right, now this is a little different because it's obviously more complex. You have to really know your shit and know what you're doing with SEO. The other thing about SEO is it's super long term. It usually takes about 6 months to a year to really build up for a business, especially if they haven't really done much, if they don't have citations and a whole bunch of other stuff going on online. So it's a more long-term service, but if you're good at what you do, and if a business owner sees the value in it, you can charge a lot of money for it. And lastly, this is sort of like this can be part of, if you're doing paid advertising or even social media management, is landing page / sales funnel design. Basically, you're building funnels or building landing pages for your clients. Typically, if I'm doing paid advertising, I would include it, obviously, because if I'm running an ad for a business, I'm not just going to run the ad, have people click on it, and send them to a random, just a website. No, you want to actually send them to a funnel where you can convert them into a lead or a prospect, and then hopefully convert them into a customer. So me personally, I typically just include sales funnel or landing page design with the services that I offer. So moving forward, with all these services, we've got a bunch of shit we can offer. How do we know which service we should actually be offering? That's one of the big questions, right? So here's the problem, and here's the problem that I see. We limit ourselves. Now, what does that mean, right? So here's what we're typically told we should do. Again, this is what I see the most, right, when it comes to people that are trying to teach other people how to do social media marketing. What we're told is we should tell the potential client what we think they need. We should tell them that we think they should do social media management, or we should be telling them that we think they should be advertising on Facebook because we think that that's what they need. And to build on that, we tend to push specific services on these business owners as opposed to doing what I'll get to in a second. And what ends up happening is we end up pigeonholing ourselves. And I'll explain that in a second as well. So here's what you need to do instead. And guys, I can't explain how powerful this is going to be for you, especially if you're already kind of in the midst of doing social media marketing and you're just kind of still figuring out how to make things work and get a real process in place for getting clients and making just the whole thing work. This is going to be absolutely golden for you, I guarantee it, because it was golden for me as well. You have to take a consultative approach, right? And I'll get into what that means. So what exactly does that mean? Instead of pushing services on businesses and business owners, instead flip it around. Figure out where they want to see improvements in their business, or figure out what they think they need help with, or what they feel they haven't had enough time to focus on. All three of these are pretty similar, but the concept, they're slightly different, but the concept is the same, right? Now, here's the golden nugget, okay? This is the magic question that you need to be asking every business owner that you have a conversation with and every potential client that may be interested in your services. This is going to be one of the many make or break moments for you in the conversation. You have to ask this question: in your opinion, where do you see the biggest opportunity for growth? Now, let me explain why this is so powerful. First of all, you're flipping the entire thing back on them. As opposed to, let's say you're a business owner, and as opposed to me coming to you and saying, hey, John, nice to meet you. So here's what I do. I can do Facebook ads. I do this, and that, and I think you should do this. I don't even know, I haven't even figured out what their business is about. I don't know what they're already doing, because maybe they're already running Facebook ads and maybe they're killing it, right? But maybe they aren't doing enough social media management or building up their following, or vice versa. So that's why you have to ask this question, because if you don't and you say we should do Facebook ads, then what can easily happen, and what's happened to me so many times before I started switching my approach, is, well, we're already doing Facebook ads. And then it gets super awkward, because it's like, oh. And now you, like I said, you pigeonhole yourself and you pin yourself against a corner, because now it's like, oh, shit, what do I do now? And then you just kind of start spewing, okay, that's fine, well, maybe we should do this instead, and then it just goes downhill from there. It's not good. So what you got to do is you have to ask this question, right? And then also what this does is it keeps the business owner engaged. Remember how I said in one of my other videos that you want to keep a business owner talking and that people like to talk about themselves? This is one of those moments where if you want to get them talking, you have to ask this question, right? But this is not only to keep them talking, this is for you as the consultant to them. You have to understand this. You have to know where they want to see an opportunity, or where they do see the biggest opportunity for growth, or where they want to improve. You have to understand this in order to sort of prescribe the right solution. The way I like to explain this, and I believe, and from what I've seen, the only person that I believe has explained things this way is Joe Soto. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I believe from all the courses and everything I've been through myself. The same way you would walk into a doctor's office and the doctor can't just look at you up and down and say, okay, take this medicine and this is what's wrong with you. It's the same thing with business owners. A doctor has to do an examination, right? A doctor has to figure out where are you feeling pain, what are you feeling, are you sick, are you this, are you that, what are the symptoms, what's wrong, when, you know what I mean? A doctor has to really do a deep examination or a discovery of what the issue is. It's the exact same concept. You have to go into this when you're meeting with business owners, or if you're talking to them on the phone, as like a doctor. Where is the problem, right? Where is there a need for a solution? Where are you feeling pain? Where are the pain points in your business, right? Maybe they only have 100 people following them on Instagram, and they want to build that up because they want to build a following. There you go. Or maybe they are not doing any paid advertising, and the amount of customers or the amount of clients that they have calling in or coming in are just slower, right? There you go. But you can only find that out by doing an quote-unquote examination, or in this case, a discovery. And you can only do that discovery by asking a question like this. All right? So I hope that makes sense. Let's continue. Once you've asked that question and they've told you where they see the biggest opportunity for growth, then you can start developing some sort of strategy, right? But before you can do that, again, you have to understand what they want to focus on, where they want to take their business as well. You know, are they looking to grow? Are they looking to get bigger? Honestly, guys, I've spoken to business owners who literally say, like, it's just me and like my cousin, and we're super small and we want to keep it that way. Okay, I mean, you don't want to make more money, you don't want to grow your business. I don't know why you got in it, what you got in it for. You know what I mean? As a business owner, that's my opinion. I can't see myself ever saying, well, I'm kind of at this point and we're doing all right, so I'm just going to stick here. I don't understand that, right? But there are people and business owners out there like that. They just don't want to grow. Why? I have no idea, but that's the way they are. So you have to figure out, you know, do you want to grow your business? Do you want to drive more revenue? Ideally, they say yes, but you will get people that say no. So that's why you got to ask these sort of questions. And once you figure all that stuff out, then you can start to give them what they want. And then it becomes so much easier because you don't have to convince them of something. You don't have to convince them, you know, we should do Facebook ads. No, you just give them what they just told you they need, hopefully. It's not always that simple, but, you know, ideally it is. So I want to give you guys an example of one of the mistakes I made. One of the first meetings that I had when I first started doing this social media marketing thing in general was with a car dealership, right? I was super excited, but I was also really nervous at the same time because I had got the meeting from a cold call, and I just was like, and before this, I hadn't had a meeting with a business owner. I hadn't really had anything, so it was, again, it was nerve-wracking, but it was also super exciting at the same time because I felt like I was finally getting somewhere, getting something going. I was like, shit, you know, finally meeting with a business owner, you know, maybe I'll go and close this deal and we'll get something going. So I went, you know, I met with the two owners of the dealership, and they really liked sort of my approach and everything, but there was a pivotal moment in the meeting. First of all, let me back up. Throughout the meeting, I was really pushing Facebook. Again, this is before I learned that you should need to take a consultative approach. I was really pushing Facebook and Facebook ads and stuff like that. And they liked it. To be honest, they liked the idea of using Facebook to sell more cars and stuff like that. But what happened was one of the owners asked about Google pay-per-click, and I was explaining I was explaining retargeting on Facebook. And this one of the owners actually was sort of familiar with this kind of stuff, and he said, "What about Google retargeting campaigns? Like if somebody goes onto our site and then goes on to, say, check their email or some random site that they're just surfing the web on, can we get in front of them on there?" And then I was completely flustered. I didn't know what the fuck to say. I really was lost, and so I was just like, first of all, I felt like an idiot, right? Because I felt like I wasn't well versed and knowledgeable enough in this whole marketing stuff once I got stumped by that question. So what I did was, out of just pure desperation, I was just like, yeah, we can do that on Facebook. Like, I just kept trying to push Facebook, and I was not even listening to what they were trying to tell me, which was, they wanted to do Google pay-per-click and retargeting with Google, right? And in my mind, I had tunnel vision. All I was thinking was Facebook, Facebook, Facebook. That's all I was thinking, and that's all I was saying to them. And even towards the end of the meeting, the same guy, one of the owners, was like, "Listen, dude, if you can do Google pay-per-click and Google retargeting, we'll hire you, no problem." That's what really hurt the most, knowing that the deal was like right there, but all I had to do was give them what they want. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, and the message I'm trying to drive home here is all you have to do is give the business owner what they want. And if you ask the right questions, they'll tell you what they want. Okay, and it really just fucking hurt because that was my first meeting, and I was really hoping I would close that deal. I was like so excited going in there, like I felt like $1 million. I thought I was really just gonna finally start making some money with social media marketing, and then that happened. So this is from my personal experience, and I'm trying to give this to you guys so that you don't make these same mistakes that I made, because they suck. Yeah, it sucks to make those mistakes. Now, let's get into what to offer and when, right? So first of all, if you're doing a discovery and with a business owner and they tell you, we feel we haven't focused enough on building our social media presence, right? And we want to build a bigger following. We want to get more eyes to our Facebook and our Instagram or whatever other social media profile they want to increase their following on. Then you say, okay, well, if that's the case, well, first of all, you don't want to say, here's another key that I'm literally going off the top of my head on the fly right now from what I've learned. If they say, you know what, we want to do Google pay-per-click, we haven't had enough time to really look into it, we don't know much about it, we want somebody to do that for us. Here's the number one thing you don't do. When they say that, you don't go, oh, I do that, I can do that for you. No, that will completely seal the deal that you didn't get. I know it sounds kind of confusing, but the point is you will not close the deal. All right, that will it's game over if you do that shit. Come off as desperate. It's just not what you want to do. What you do want to say is something along the lines of, yeah, Google pay-per-click is really solid. I've used it for many of my clients in this X niche, whatever niche you're that you're meeting with in terms of the business owner, and it's worked. It's done this, and that. And you just continue to have a conversation. They may ask you questions about it, or they may just go, okay, sounds good, how much is it? And then from there, you can, I'm going to make another video on how to actually price your services, but for now, I just want to go, this video specifically is about what you should be doing for your clients. Now, number two is, let's say they want to actually start driving some revenue, right? They want to start getting some people coming in through the door, some people calling in, whatever kind of business it is. The avenue that you're going to take to get there is paid advertising. Now, like I mentioned, don't forget that paid advertising doesn't mean Facebook ads. Despite what we continue to be told, it's not just Facebook ads. Sorry for the fucking sirens. Again, I live across the street from a hospital. So, paid ads means Google, Yahoo, Bing, Facebook, Instagram, any of the main platforms. So it's all encompassing. Right. Now here is another key sort of secret or tip, if you will. When you're working with a local, like service-based business, the biggest sort of, or the best, I should say, the best form of paid advertising that's going to benefit them the most is going to be pay-per-click. That's the truth. So if, for example, oh my god, that shit's annoying. Sorry. If let's say if it's landscaping company, right, or a roofing company, something like that, like a local service-based business, Facebook is not going to cut it. Like, you're just not going to start driving revenue by running Facebook ads. What you will start driving revenue by doing is Google pay-per-click. Why? Because people will actively be searching for them. They're actively going to search landscaper near me, or landscaper in this particular area, or roofing in wherever. on Google, people are coming to you. All you've got to do is just get in front of them, right? And then that's when you start driving, people calling in and people coming to you. So that's in my opinion, I feel Google pay per click is one of the most powerful platforms for that. So moving on, the next service we can offer again is SEO. Now, when I typically recommend doing SEO is if the client kind of already knows a little bit about it, has heard about it, or something like that, and they really emphasize on wanting to increase their organic reach. And typically with SEO, first of all, it's a higher end service in terms of price. Like, it's one of those things that people pay minimum anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000 a month. Businesses pay a shit ton more than that. Believe me, I've done the research. Businesses literally pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, or sometimes even millions, for SEO. So that's one of those things where it's like, if they really want it, give it to them, but don't push it, because that'll push them away because of how expensive it is. Now, obviously, again, if they don't have a website, what do? You build a fucking website for them, right? Pretty simple. Again, the overarching theme here is, what do they want? Find out what they want. Find out what the problem is. Be the doctor, right? Find out, are they sick? Are they in pain? Where is it? Where are the pain points? Give them the solution. Give them their medicine. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Now, lastly, if they want to increase their number of reviews or repair an or sort of poor reputation online, that's going to be reputation management. Okay? So, guys, that pretty much sums it up. I can't really think of any other services besides these that I've gone over that you would probably be offering. It's pretty much it. It's going to be either the two main services are going to be either social media management or paid advertising. Those are, honestly, guys, probably going to be the two services that you're going to be offering the most. It's typically going to be either one of those. Sometimes it could be both, depending on how fast the business wants to grow, if they have a budget, stuff like that. Again, these are things you need to figure out. But I need to drive this point home to you guys that this is so freaking important, and I get so angry when I see people like preaching and teaching that you should just run Facebook. Excuse me, sorry. Just go run Facebook ads for businesses. Yeah, well, asshole, what if they're already doing Facebook ads? And what if they're killing it? But what if they're not doing pay-per-click and they don't know how to do that, but they want somebody to do it for them because they've looked into it and they heard some things about it and they know how powerful it is, but they don't know how to do it? Then you just lost a deal because you're too caught up in your Facebook shit. And I'm telling you this because I was that person. I did that. Again, like I said with that car dealership, I could have easily closed that deal, but because I had tunnel vision on Facebook, I lost it. So you have to be the doctor. Go in there as a consultant. If you're going into a meeting, I mean, go in there with the mentality of, I know my shit. You know what I mean? I'm just coming in here to have a conversation and figure out what the problem is. And if there is an opportunity for me to help you out, this is how you walk into a meeting in terms of your mentality with a business owner. That's how it has to be. You can't walk into a meeting with the idea, okay, I'm going to get these guys, I'm going to get this business on Facebook. I'm going to charge $1,500 a month. It's not going to work. It's not going to work out for you. You may get lucky. You may just be able to sell them hard on Facebook ads, but for a consistent and repeatable strategy for acquiring clients, it's going to be taking a consultative approach. And also, business owners will appreciate that much more as opposed to you pushing something on them, because it also shows that you care. It shows that you genuinely do care about their business, and you care about offering them the right solution to their problems. So, again, guys, I hope this helped. That's really all I can say. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, do that. hit that notification bell as well so that you get a notification every time I release a new piece of content, a new guide, or whatever. I know I've been slacking a little bit on the content with the YouTube stuff. I've just been focusing on running my business. So my goal is to put out some more content coming soon, and I'm going to make it my mission to do that because my goal is to help you guys. I continuously see so many people struggling with this sort of thing. There's just the social media marketing game in general. And I've learned a shit ton on my journey. I'm far from perfect. I am absolutely not a guru. I'm not a fucking expert. I don't claim to be. I've just learned a little bit on my own personal journey that I'm continuously on, and I'm just hoping that I can share my information with you guys, and hopefully it helps. And not to get all dramatic, not that it's going to change your life, but hopefully it can help you out. You can make some more money with social media marketing. So that's really the goal here, guys. If you ever have any questions, either drop a comment or just, I'm usually on Instagram more than anywhere else, so you can find me on there. So cool. Stay tuned.